My name's Noah. I'm an alcoholic. Welcome to our stream.
My name's Gabe, and I'm a codependent.
Yeah, you are.
Welcome also. Thanks, babe.
Okay, let's start it. Let's start with the Serenity Prayer.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change,
the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Amen.
Woo!
So today, getting out of the rut. Great. Many times in our recovery, the old bugaboos, is that what that says? Bugaboos will haunt us. Life may again become meaningless, monotonous. Thank you. I did not know how that word was ever spelled, but now I do. Monotonous and boring. Sometimes it seems as though nothing changes. We get up and go to the same job every day. We eat dinner at the same time every night. We attend the same meetings each week. This morning's rituals were identical to the ones we performed yesterday, and the day before that, and the day before that. After the hell of our addiction and the roller coaster craziness of early recovery, the stable life may have some appeal for a while, but eventually we realize we want something more. Sooner or later, we become turned off to the creeping monotony.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that.
Good
I'm
job.
learning.
I know.
And boredom in our lives. There are sure to be times when we feel vaguely dissatisfied with our recovery. We feel as though we're missing something for some reason, but we don't know what or why. We draw up our gratitude list and find literally hundreds of things to be grateful for. All our needs are being met. Our lives are fuller than we had ever hoped they'd be. So what's up? Maybe it's time to stretch our potential to its fullest. Our possibilities are only limited by what we can dream. We can learn something new, set a new goal, help another newcomer, or make a new friend. We're sure to find something challenging if we took hard enough, or if we look hard enough, and life will again become meaningful, varied, and fulfilling. Just for today, I'll take a break from the routine and stretch my potential to its fullest.
Word.
All right, so I guess we got to leave the stream and I enjoy these streams
I do too. I
feel like these are what kind of like gets me out of my rut, like trying to find somebody or somebody new popping in. You never know who's going to be searching for.
Well, and that is exactly from the program. Like I've read other pages on this in the AA and Al-Anon literature that say, I mean, I love this about like, setting new goals and trying something new. I'm all about that to kind of meet that need for variety and adventure. But the program would specifically say, go help an alcoholic.
Yeah.
Go find someone who need, because that just, it brings it all full circle. It reminds you, like what you're doing and why, how bad things can be,
Yeah.
and gets us outside of ourselves. That's a big, I don't know about AA, but that's a big Al-Anon principle, is get outside of yourself. But I mean, I agree. This is hard at the moment. Like I can relate to this feeling at different times in our life, but right now I would say it's kind of difficult to relate to because I consider us in early recovery and we don't really have much monotony. There's still a lot of change, a lot of trying to figure things out. I can see us needing to work on some of this stuff if, say, we've been stable for a year, 2 years, 5 years. Definitely. Like I get that itch, and I think you do too, for like I need stimulation, something new to like, spark new brain activity and give me new energy. But right now there's a lot of new. So often I just feel tired of the new that, I would love to have some monotony. Like,
Yeah.
give me a routine
Right.
so that I
I
can
agree.
get bored with it.
I completely agree.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you talk.
I don't know why for some reason my computer screen.
Is it being weird?
Yeah, like they're not. I don't know if they're like plugged in all the way or something. They keep flashing.
Technical difficulties, people. And we were having some real internet problems yesterday. We didn't stream
Right.
yesterday, and thank goodness, because I mean, we could barely stream Beetlejuice last night in bed. I just told everybody that we watched Beetlejuice. It like so retro, makes me think of not my childhood, like maybe I was like a teenager when I saw that.
Okay.
But so funny and cheesy.
It is. I agree with trying to get a routine to kind of be bored.
Right.
I have a lot on my plate, and sometimes I will just get into a routine of and kind of procrastinating on so many things because
A routine of avoidance.
you're right. Yes, because I feel like I have so much to do, so I'm definitely not there yet.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I mean, we have a lot of things going on. I think both of us individually and then together with business stuff. Hard to get bored when you're just, like hyper stimulated all the time.
Right.
Or like you're talking about, kind of trying to deal with anxiety. Like that takes a lot of my time and energy, is trying to cope with the anxieties that come up from there being a lot of new things, uncertainties, questions. Yeah. But I can definitely understand. Maybe we should talk about for somebody who's reading this or is like in active addiction, this is probably like, real present. Like that's, I think, a lot of what drove for me like my old patterns of behavior, addictive patterns, is the boredom and the monotony and the not being able to get out, just doing the same thing every single day with the same poor and sad results.
Same job. That's something that really got me, having to go to the same job every day, and that definitely helped my addiction.
To leave your job. To leave your job helped your addiction? Oh, no. You're saying it supported your addiction. Correct. Being at your job. Okay. Yes. Okay. Yeah. I feel you.
And I'm very glad that I left.
Yeah. You know what I wonder about? And I wish somebody would come on and talk to us, because, we only have like our two perspectives, and, people at meetings and stuff like that too. But, like people who can't leave a job, or a bad environment, even if your job's not a real bad environment. I mean, Noah's was actually really bad.
Yeah.
But I think there's other jobs that are just maybe, put too much pressure on people, or it doesn't work with their personality, or there's too much exposure to their drug of choice or whatever. What do you think about people that can't quit the job? Like the rent is due, they're living paycheck to paycheck. What did you do? What would you do?
Well, one, quitting your addiction is going to give you an instant boost of more money. So that's going to be a raise right there by itself. So I would first start looking for other jobs so that you can leave. I would do what you can to quit.
True.
Because anybody who's saying, oh, there's no jobs out there, they're lying. They're just too scared to go search for them.
Or don't want to take something like beneath the level of pay that they're used to or whatever.
Right.
But maybe you have to,
Yeah.
to
I
like
agree.
save your life.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm assuming that NA is the same as AA, where the end result of addiction is death or insanity, right? So to take a cut in pay or what we're doing trying to start our own business has definitely created some real financial uncertainty is
Mm-hmm.
is worth so much. I mean, I'd rather end up, you know, living on the street sober with both our lives than to have continued an addiction and, who knows, right?
Right. I agree.
Yeah. But I mean, I would love to hear from anybody who's in that position because I know that's easier said than done.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
we have our home, we have the ability to take care of ourselves through an uncertain period, at least for a little while. Um, if it was really, we have to make the house payment with our full check this week or whatever. I don't know. I'd love to talk to somebody who's making that choice, your
Mm-hmm.
life or your comfort, or can you do it, in the midst of an unhealthy environment? Because I think about, our recovery, like your rock bottom and the big transition in our life. If we had tried to keep a lot of those variables in place that were kind of supporting our addicted lifestyle,
Mm-hmm.
that would be so hard to, we could like add meetings. You still could have gone to rehab. I think your work would have given you a leave of absence or whatever. But I'm just not sure. For me, I needed that big rupture, that big change of, you coming home from rehab, not going back to your job. I didn't go back to my same job. Some of our key relationships and stuff either completely abandoned or changed dramatically. Um, it was all super hard and scary, but I don't know if I could have done it any other way. I don't know if you could have.
Mm-mm. Right. I mean, well, we won't know.
We don't know.
We don't have to know.
We don't know. Right. Right. But I'm glad. So it sounds like, like I'm a proponent of, throw your life in the blender if you want to get into recovery. And I'd say maybe, but more it's like just open your eyes and realize your life is in the blender
Mm-hmm.
and shut the blender off. And it's
Yeah.
it's scary to make a change, but that eh, you coming out to me with your alcoholism and everything that was going on at that time and going away to rehab really opened my eyes to what our life was. It's more like, I don't know, the frog in the boiling water thing,
Mm-hmm.
like our life had gotten so unmanageable, so just sad and unhealthy all the way around. And I couldn't see it because of the active addiction. If you just kept drinking, and I mean, I was drinking too, not all the
Yeah.
time, but if I just kept going to work and keeping my focus right there, like don't even look at anything else, just,
Right. And it's not just 0 to 100 and overnight. It was progressive.
right, right. Yeah. Yeah. And long time progression. And I know we were talking about that a little bit earlier today, just some of the transitions in our life. Like when I went back to work, when my father passed, there were some steps along the way um, where I think we could have chosen awareness. We
Yeah.
could have chosen to get out of the boiling pot or whatever, but
Yeah.
I guess it's the dangerous thing about addiction, is it takes away that the motivation or the awareness. It's like, even if you know there's a problem, like in the back of your mind, your addiction just doesn't want you to look at it. It's like, no, no, no. Don't worry about that today. Just go home, pour yourself a glass of wine, just chill out. You'll worry about it tomorrow, and I don't know. It doesn't seem catastrophic in the moment. It seems like one little decision. But if you do that for a week, 6 months, a year, I mean, it becomes something so unmanageable. This house of cards or whatever. I've used so many analogies. Do you notice that? We're talking frog in a pot. We're talking house of cards. We had one for the blender. Like, sorry, I'm like a picture person. It helps me to see, things in a visual.
Yeah.
I'm a blabbermouth.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what do you want me to do? You want me to like act it out?
Yeah.
If I could, I would. But maybe on another stream.
Okay.
I'm too shy today.
All right, be the frog.
In the boiling water?
Yeah.
Bloop. 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 All right, and then I'm just turning in frog legs. I don't know if I've had frog legs. Have you had frog legs? I can't remember if I have.
I don't think so. I think I would know.
I saw them cooked on maybe Duck Dynasty or something. And they look good. They look like chicken drumsticks almost, but I don't know.
It was a long time ago you saw that.
Yeah.
I don't think we ever got any.
No. I think I would try any food thing once. Unless it's maybe like insects and stuff like that. Do you remember those Fear Factor shows where people would eat like bugs and like I could pass on that. Unless I was
gas.
Yeah. Unless I was starving. Then maybe bugs start looking pretty good. Sorry, this is going like way off. Do you want to say anything else about getting out of a rut?
Mm-mm.
Well, how about address this real quick? You talked about, getting like in a place where you're kind of like avoiding the anxiety or whatever because you have too much stuff going on and not enough of the like stability. So what do you do with that? What about like a rut of avoidance? Even if it's just like a little one, like I'm just going to go shop on my phone for a couple hours instead of dealing with my life.
So say it again. What was the question?
What do you do with a little rut? A little rut like, a whole day of gaming or a whole day of shopping.
What do I do with that?
Mm-hmm. Or do you do anything with it? You just let it happen.
I usually just let it happen.
I was just seeing what your thoughts were. Because my thought is, what I'm working with anyway, is like, because I do this too. I get on Pinterest and just scroll, tagging recipes and stuff if I have a lot of stressful things to work on, just avoiding. And what I'm working on is like if-then plans. So if I find myself on Pinterest and I've been there for a few minutes, then what do I do? And this is for the moment, so I don't know what I'd really do. But I would make a plan like, okay, if I've been on Pinterest for a while, I'm just going to make myself get up and do like a lap around the house and clear my head. And then I can make a conscious decision. Do I want to sit back down and waste more time scrolling through Pinterest? Or do I want to get back on that project I was working on or whatever? So just to make it a more like conscious decision, not where like my brain is hijacked by, online shopping or looking at cooking shows and things like that. I have a lot of really lame addictions, people. I think that's it for me.
Okay.
Do you want to wrap up? Wrap it up in a bow, tie it in a knot.
I don't know what's wrong with you today.
I don't know either. Too much caffeine? Not enough caffeine? I don't know.
One of those.
I don't know.
It's all right. I'll always love you.
Thank you. And that's a very good intro. Right?
What's next?
Yes. Who will always love us? Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil.
The kingdom,
and the power, and the glory forever. Amen.
I have way too many.
Got a little tongue-tied.
Yeah.
I've done that so many times. All right. Peace out, people. Have a good day.
Yeah. Woo!